Yeah, it's Saturday. All right, let's do this thing. Been looking forward to it all week. This Saturday Q&A. I'm chilling here. Actually, kind of a chilly day. I'm not wearing my G-Shock Mudmaster, so I don't know what the exact temperature is. But it's a brisk Saturday morning. Got my Vietnamese coffee. Got my AirPods. I got a really nice haircut. I got my Warby Parkers. And just chilling, ready to chill with you. So let's go ahead and get started. James K, certified T3 bot and a moderator. Congrats on the promotion, James. Pedro's here. Bullet Beats says, evening. Jordan Snyder, yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Taylor Parker, Milcom, the moderator, is here, ready to go. I got two moderators here. Ain't no one gonna mess with us today. Rick Green, certified T3 bot. He said T3 bot online with my Velcro wallet ready to go. Hopefully we don't encounter any Velcro valets, but if we do, they will be dealt with. Nishan, Marcus from Berlin. Chronomat says, how's everyone doing today? James K, certified T3 bot and moderator, says, I'm moving up in the world. I'm coming for Milcom. I don't know. Milcom's on top of things, man. He's the highest ranking moderator on my channel. Raj is here. What's going on, man? Benny G says, how are you, Jory? Benny G, are you by any chance Benny Goodman? Juan says, curious what your bench is. Oh my God, Juan, so much more than you, bro. James K, someone needs to screen name Velcro Valet. JH says, good morning all, got my iced coffee. Let's rock. Love the taste of Vietnamese coffee in the morning. Jem says, looking great, Jory. Thanks, brother. That means a lot. Chronomat says, what's Velcro Valet? Oh, Chronomat, you missed out on an incredible live stream last week. That's why I encourage all of you to join in regularly, because you never know what's going to happen. This is live. This is live, baby. It's showbiz. It's showbiz. It's action. It's life. We got some high school students over there laughing at me. They stopped laughing when they saw the pure power. Unlimited power. Go take them on, Jory. Never. I'm not going to fight some. What if I turned on the live stream? I'm like, what's going on, everybody? Super excited. And then I just started beating up a bunch of high schoolers. That'd be nuts. They'd probably get a bunch of views, though. Milcom, the moderator, says, hey, guess what? I already hit the like button. Why haven't you? That's a good question, Milcom. This is Taco says, hello, Jory. Enjoy your coffee. I will. Thank you. Jason Solo says, early squad, what up? Hey, Jory, all the way from Singapore. What's going on? I want some Singaporean chicken rice. Dude, that's what I want. Send me some of that. Send me some of that delicious chicken rice from Singapore. Dean says, like the like button. Wrist check. We're not at 100 bullet beats. I typically wait for 100 people to join in. Sometimes we get slow days. So if it looks like it's not going to happen, that's fine. I'll give you guys a wrist check. But I like to wait a little bit because when more people join, they just end up asking which watch I'm wearing anyway. So we kind of, the inner circle, if you will, the regulars, we all agreed that like 100 is a good number. Peter says, hey, yeah, from Singapore too. Well, then you guys, what are you doing? Send me some Singaporean chicken rice. I told you to do it. Corvette, I told you to do it, so just do it. The one big bummer about that Corvette, it looks really sporty and cool. It has not a lot of horsepower. Bummer. Clever Coin says, "What's up, everyone? Mr. Shinobi in the building. My man, Mr. Shinobi. Now we can get started." Um, Jeffrey Klein says, "Greetings from Shanghai." Well, ni hao. Anthony with the super chat says, "Should I buy some new glasses?" Yes. After losing a pair, or buy my first G-Shock. Okay, so if it's between those two things, then get glasses, because that seems like more necessary to see. Like guys, would it freak you out? Would it freak? Okay, so guys, would it freak you out if I did a whole live stream without glasses on? I can't see any comments right now. I'm just kidding, guys. I can see you. I just have astigmatism in both eyes, which is huge bummer. A little bit blurry. Okay, between glasses and a G-Shock, as much as I love Warby Parker, affordable, stylish. Please notice me, Warby Parker. As much as I love Warby Parker, if it's between getting, eyeglasses or a watch, I would probably go for your eyeglasses, because, you need that to see. And then when you see better, you'll be able to do your daily obligations better, and you'll be able to, get your work done more efficiently, and then you'll have the money for a watch. But as much as the watch enthusiast in me is like, screw everything, buy a watch, I think glasses are probably the way to go, especially when there's companies like Warby Parker. Warby Parker, please notice me. What's up, guys? I'm back. I can see you. Clever Coin says, "Put your glasses back on." Isaiah says, "I wear contacts." Do Bodybuilding says, "Yo." Long Vu says, "Remember me?" James K says, "Parallel Parker." Adrian says, "Yo, Jory." As I said, I have no idea. Says, "Okay, then Vietnamese coffee for Austria." Johnny watches 24/7, sending me pictures late at night of his ball watch. I was going to say sending me pictures late at night of his balls, but that's inappropriate. What's up, Johnny watches? You're the man. Cosmin says, I will send you some palinka from Romania." Dude, I just love food. So wherever you're from, send me your country's food and I will be very happy. Marco says, "High five from Brooklyn." Yo, Brooklyn in the building. Brooklyn. What's going on, man? I'm not from New York, but I am from New England, and we're close by. New York is not in New England, though, which is a bummer, because it is upstate New York's beautiful enough to be New England, but it's not. Clever Coin, are you going to the gym today? Yes, I am. And the reason, I was going to say I don't wear contacts, because we were talking about eyeglasses. I don't wear contact lenses because of the gym, because of jiu-jitsu. It would be very annoying to get sweat in your eyes and rub against your eyes and have contacts in. Whereas with glasses, boop, I can just take them off. And it's less scary that way, too, because I don't have to see scary things when I don't have my glasses on. Lo-Fi Funk, bonjour, from France. Favorite strongman. Okay, so everybody wants me to say Eddie Hall or like Larry Wheels, right? But I'm not a big strongman's cool. Strongman's really cool, but my like personal favorite lifter is Eddie Cohn. I think he's probably like the modern godfather of powerlifting, honestly. Eddie Cohn. And yeah, big Brian Shaw. Everyone wants to say Brian. I mean, Brian Shaw's enormous. Do you see that clip of him? I don't know if it was Vice or someone did like a little short mini doc on him, and like they showed him getting into an airplane, like a normal sized airplane. He was like, he couldn't even fit in it. Like he had to like duck around like the curve. Ooh, popping around the curve of the airplane. Yeah, Kevin Hart, amazing strongman. Milcom the moderator just got upgraded. He says, "My favorite strongman is the time teller." You're the man. Thank you, Milcom. Yeah, man, Eddie Cohn, man. He's the best. Ryan says, "Finally was able to drop into one of these." Well, I'm glad you're here, bro. Chrono Matt says, "I will send you some pizza from Canada." Well, I appreciate it. I love pizza and I love Canada, but that's not really Canadian specific. If you're from Canada, I want like poutine. Send me poutine, man, because we don't have good poutine in Los Angeles. We have a lot of really good food in Los Angeles. The only place I know that has poutine is Buffalo Wild Wings, and I'm not getting poutine at a Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm not even gonna go to a Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm the time teller. I'm too good for that. Please, I'm kidding. But seriously, I'm not gonna order Buffalo Wild Wing poutine. Juan, now Chicago pizza, and now we're talking. Got some deep dish. I'm a bigger fan of New York pizza, but I have Chicago in my blood because my dad's from Southside Chicago, born and raised. I was in Chicago a couple years ago, and I got some deep dish pies, super duper good. My sister actually found a company that will send you uh, Chicago deep dish packed in dry ice. And she bought like a bunch of pies and she brought some to my dad and to me and stuff. And man, incredible. So if you wanted to send me some Chicago pizza, I would not complain. Love a good deep dish. Rick Green, certified T3 bus, says Canadians send us ketchup flavored potato chips. Really, really funny. Connie's coworker came back from Canada and brought some ketchup flavored Lay's, and Connie brought it home. We had some. It was pretty good. It's nothing that I would like feel bad about not having in the U.S. though. Like there are foods from other places, like there are flavors from other places that I wish that we could get here. Ketchup flavored Lay's, they were good, but I'm not gonna like be upset that we don't get them here, if that makes sense. Longvu, will you shave your beard if I give you a Rolex? No, because I have multiple Rolexes and only one of these, and it's the best beard. I was gonna say on YouTube, but in the world, probably. Reed says Cowboy Swami, Philadelphia. What do you mean? It's always sunny, man. Mr. Shinobi, I don't know enough about that brand to recommend or not recommend. Clever Coin, what do you think is the best size for a woman's watch with a smaller wrist? I think smaller than 36 millimeters. I think 34 is pushing it too. I like it, but see, I have a weird fetish for rectangular watches, right? So I think like square watches are the way to go for a woman. So I think it needs to be low, like I can't see Connie wearing a 34 mil oyster case. I can't see her doing that. But I could see her wearing a bubble back maybe. But again, the oyster case is too bulbous. It's too big. I think women look like I would recommend like tank style watches, honestly. And I wish more companies made more of them. But I think smaller than 34 mil and in the 30s, you're pushing it, in my opinion. JH, is there a watch you would shave your beard off to get? Absolutely not, because I would never change myself to get something. I would never change myself to get a material object. That's stupid. The only thing I would ever do would develop myself personally and better myself so that I could attain those things without losing who I am. So all these weird hypotheticals, would you change yourself? Would you shave yourself to get something? No, the only way I'm going to change is upgrade and work on my personal development and better my business and become a more effective communicator and give you guys better quality and give my clients better value. And then hopefully if I've done my part and I've developed myself and I'm functioning at a high level, then I'll be able to attain those things that I want. But I'll also be myself. I will also be able to be who I am. You shouldn't ever have to compromise who you are to get something that you want. All right, guys. So I know those are all funny things to say. Would you shave your beard for this? Would you do this? Never. I will never ever. If someone offered me a Creeder, Aichi 2, and said shave your beard for it, I wouldn't do it because that feels and sounds disgusting. Change yourself for this stupid commodity. Never. Justin Hill says, my wife has tiny wrists and her favorite watch is her 38 khaki auto. Yeah, dude, again, I'm not saying that it's bad for a woman to wear anything above 34 millimeter. Someone was just asking me my opinion, and I said probably smaller is better. But again, I think guys should wear smaller watches in general too. So I'm probably the wrong guy to ask because I wear 34 millimeter oyster cases and I wear 32 millimeter bubble backs and stuff. So, probably the wrong guy. JG says, Jory, the life coach. Jory TLC. Yes, the life coach. James K says, Jory will not shave until he is an operating level Thetan. So I am already because I'm a reptilian. So I'm actually above that. So reptilian Jews, same thing. Same. Horror Mirror says, hello, Jory. What's your opinion on bracelets without end links and just a bar instead? Very, very vintage, right? Like, when I see that, I think vintage Omega chronograph on a Milanese. I think vintage Vacheron on a Milanese. That was very common. They did not have filled end links. It was just a straight bar. I think it looks very good. I think it's a very vintage aesthetic. So I think the watch should mirror that. So I think, yeah, if you have like a old Seamaster or, I even did it with my cocktail time. I put it on a Milanese, and it had no end links, just a straight bar. I think it's a cool look, but again, different strokes for different folks. Clever Coin says he can't shave. The beard gives him powers. Well, you're right about I can't shave. It's because when I do, it just grows back. Like wherever the razor was, it just keeps growing back. I don't know. It's like I'm a werewolf. Chico says, anybody, Oris versus Rado, please help. Oris by a million. Not even comparable. Rado isn't even, or Rado, however you want to say it. It's not even close to Oris. Okay, let's just get that straight. Oris. Nick Saval says, hi, time teller. The time teller. Hi, Jory. Greetings from Kazakhstan. If I'm going to buy some vintage Cartier tank, how can I find male, female watches? Because I only need the male version. Well, you got to do some looking. The male versions are often over 28 millimeters. Okay, so they're gonna still be in the low 30s, probably 31 if you're looking for the vintage ones, but they're going to be over 28 mil. That's what differentiates the, in general, male to female. Longview, any recommendation for Royal Oak alternative? Love the design, but the price is too high. Thanks, man. I'm trying to think. I actually just made a video about a watch that's copying a Royal Oak, but I'm not going to recommend it. That's a good question. I don't know. I'm not a big homage guy, so I'm not quite sure. Cowboy Swami super chat says Agler versus coaxial master chronometer movement. Agler, a million times Agler. Rolex is my favorite company. Agler. Peace, Ryan. Have a good one, brother. Daniel. A very interesting way of spelling Daniel. Danyal. Very cool. Daniel says, are deployment clasps better than a standard buckle? Well, I can't say which one's better or worse, but I can tell you the benefits of a deployment. So a deployment, number one, it was developed because it doesn't mar the leather, right? So when I'm not wearing a watch with a buckle right now, but when you are torquing a buckle, like a belt buckle, and you're pulling it, the leather will eventually start to mar and start to break down. So deployment clasps, it allows you to still wear a leather band, but the leather will be saved, right? It's more elegant. You won't get any stretching or any marring. Another benefit of deployment clasps is that there's less of a chance when you're taking off the watch for it to fall off, right? Because it's going to stay in a loop, right? So can't tell you which one's better or worse, but that's the benefit. Yeah. Tyler, can you review the Omega Aquaterra Blue Coaxial? Absolutely. I'll have to get one for the channel. Raphael, hi Jory, quick question. Forgive my ignorance. First of all, there is no ignorance. This is a Q&A. The whole point is that you ask questions. So if you ask a question, it doesn't make you ignorant. So don't worry. Is Tiffany & Co. a respected watch manufacturer? So better known for as being a jeweler, right? Tiffany & Co. They did have quite a rich history of making watches at one point. So a lot of their older stuff, they used to make a bunch of watches. And then they stopped for a while, and they did Tiffany & Co. dials, like for Cartier, and most famously for Rolex, even for Patek. And then they recently started making watches, some more. And they still make dials. You can still find Tiffany dial Nautiluses, even. So, yeah, they've been in the game. They've been in the game. Chi-Town, California, certified T3 bot says, nice polo, Jory. Thanks, brother. It was like a bright day. It's Saturday. I figured, why not? I'm going to mess up your name, man. I'm so sorry. Dord Tomic. Dorde Tomic. I probably messed up your name. I'm so sorry, bro. He says, what's up, Goodman? Spent a month with the DW 5600, and I'm delighted. Well, you should be, because that's an incredible watch, and you made a good choice there. Rick Green, certified T3 bot, says, T3 community, has anyone heard anything about these JDM Seiko Presage releases that are supposedly coming out in June? I took a flyer and got on a wait list for a jade dial with Arabic numerals. I don't know anything about that, actually. Willie S. says, hi from Germany. Justin Hill, your honest opinion on your Explorer 2 bracelet. Do the hollow center links and stamped clasp feel cheap, or is that just a myth? I'm not nearly as picky about that. I think it feels very, very comfortable. I think that's one of the most comfortable bracelets, to be perfectly honest. And I have total confidence in that. Because if I didn't, I would have changed it immediately. Because I shouldn't say I'm not picky. I'm incredibly picky. So if that was bothersome to me even a little bit, I would have swapped it out immediately. So no, it doesn't bother me at all. You guys should know that I'm like oddly particular about like little things. Johnny watches 24/7. Hi Jory. Tag is going the fashion route. I do like their glasses though. Hey man, I wouldn't even buy Tag socks, bro. Wales, Pierre. Man, I haven't had any coffee this whole time. I've been talking for 23 minutes. Wales says, hi from Bahamas. Love your show. Thanks, man. Well, how's the Bahamas? Randy says, wrist check time. Are we at 100? Maybe we hit 100. It tells me that we're at 96, but we probably hit 100. Okay. Wrist check. Let's flip this camera over. Whatever. I'll give you a wrist check anyway. Oh, yeah. Put it back on the bracelet. Rolex date 1500. Honestly, my favorite reference number. This was my first Rolex. And very, very, very special to me. I love this watch. Gonna wear it more often. Definitely gonna wear it more often. Other watches have got a bit more wrist time lately, but I realize not only is this like important to me, it's also one of the best like daily watches, right? Threaded crown, at least a 100-meter water resistance rating, very clean, subdued, not obtrusive, and it has a date complication. Come on, gorgeous. So yeah, very special watch. My first Rolex. Rolex Date 1500. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful watch. And I know some people hate that Cyclops, but I love it. Kisna says, to be honest, looks a little small for your hand. Yeah, because I like small watches. And I think anything bigger than this is kind of unnecessary. I mean, I wear much bigger watches than this as well, but let's take a look. I'm going to talk to you about something. Let's take a look. We'll talk about watch sizes very quickly. So, do you see where the lugs end on my wrist? They're not quite covering my wrist. They end just before my wrist ends on either side, right? So, I think that if you wear a watch and the end of the lugs totally cover your wrist from side to side, that's a bit big. Okay? I'm going to be perfectly honest. So, here's what I'm talking about. If we center the watch up, you see how the end of the lugs, they don't quite reach the end of my wrist. I think that's how a watch should properly fit. I think that's the classic fitment of a wristwatch, in my opinion. I know everybody has different preferences. And I also have watches that are much bigger, right? Like my Seiko Tuna, much bigger. But this, for an everyday watch, you don't want the lugs to totally cover your wrist from side to side, especially when you have larger wrists. I have 7.5-inch wrists. I don't want a watch that covers my 7.5-inch wrist because that watch would look like a freaking wall clock. So, I know some people want, bigger is better. That's, I think, silly for wristwatches daily worn. So, just my opinion. Johnny watches 24/7. Okay, taking the wife and kids to the mall. Cheers, Johnny out. Have a good one, brother. Peter says, I think that's the perfect size. Johnny says, I love that watch. Laszlo says, what the F? It's not small. James K, certified T3 bot and moderator says, as Jory says, in the land of dates, the Cyclops is king. Chi-Town, California, certified T3 bot says, I don't see a problem. Rolexes wear bigger than their sizes. Yes, they do. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Embro, certified T3 bot, says, nah, it looks good. Jonathan Sachs says, Rolex has completely mastered the making watches that can be all around one watch. I agree. Time teller, Marco says, time teller, sick Rolex, love it. Denarte says, hey, Jory, you spelled my name wrong, but that's cool. Any chance of doing affordable alternatives to luxury watches? I've made multiple videos about that. Cowboy Swami with the super chat says, thoughts on USA PA made RGM watches, gunny straps. I don't know much about either of those companies, so I want to get an RGM for the channel to actually review one. Peter says, if the lugs reach the edge of the wrist, you won't be able to see the bracelet or strap from the front. That's very true. EGBH says, dude, that watch is classy AF. No need for a giant watch because you're a big guy. I agree with you, man. Reed Gabrowski, by the way, thank you, sir. He says, Memorial Day weekend, give a shout out to all our military personnel. Amen to that, guys. Here in the U.S., it is a very special weekend. It is Memorial Day. Do not forget the reason we get to go have barbecues and have a long weekend and chill with our families. So, yeah, thank you to all the military personnel, and thank you to, all the ones that lost their lives supporting and fighting for our freedom. And so, yeah, shout out to anybody in the military, or anybody who has served, or anybody who has family members that have served. Another STI. So, God bless. And yeah, remember the reason for the holiday. So when you're partying, when you're having a barbecue, when you're sleeping in on Monday, just remember why we're able to do that, guys. That's all I want to say. Justin Hill says amen to that. Jonathan Sachs says, that beard is starting to look rabbinical. Well, I am the time rabbi, so makes sense. Milcom the moderator with a very good question. Ever get treated poorly at a boutique, Jory? Not really. So, okay. This is actually kind of funny. As a joke, I went with my parents to a Shinola store uh, at the Grove in Los Angeles, and the people there didn't know anything about their product, and it was really weird because this wasn't like a department store. This was because I know Shinola is sold at like Bloomingdale's and stuff, and I've told a whole story about that fiasco at Bloomingdale's where some lady was trying to sell me these new Shinolas. She sounded like she smoked like 12 packs a day. She's like, "You want a Shinola? These are Swiss made here in America." I was like, anyway, at the Shinola boutique, they didn't know anything about their products when I was trying to ask them about their automatic. They didn't really treat me poorly. Um, they were just kind of, I don't want to say dumb because they were nice. What I will tell you is the best experience I've ever had at a boutique is at Grand Seiko, hands down. So when the Grand Seiko boutique opened, very big deal here in Beverly Hills. I went and it was very small, especially in comparison to the other ADs on Rodeo. You know, there's IWC, Vacheron, everything you could imagine, Piaget. It's all there. And they have very big stores, but Grand Seiko, in typical Grand Seiko fashion, very small, very elegant. Um, it's like only it's like standing room only. Only like 4 people could fit in there at a time. So I walk in, and the people were super nice, and anything I wanted to look at, they had just opened, and it was actually really cool. I was looking at a snowflake on one of their outer displays, and one of the guys there pulls out a box, takes out a snowflake, takes all the plastic off, and just gives it to me. And he's like, "Here, put it on." And I was like, "Dang!" And then the titanium diver, the high beat diver, I was looking at one, and then the guy just took it out, like took the plastic off, gave it to me. He's like, "Put it on." And I was like, "Dang, really cool." And we were just talking about watches. I was wearing my tuna, actually. And I put my tuna down on the pad, and he was like, "Whoa, this is quite the watch." And then we were talking about the Grand Seiko divers and stuff. It was a good time. So by far, my best experience at a boutique was actually at Grand Seiko. Go figure. Chi-Town, California. I loudly opened my Velcro wallet. Triforce Rich says, "Jory, aside from the moon phase, any other Rolex grails?" So other than the 6062. Man, that 6062 is such a grail though. Let's see. Any other Rolex specific grails? That's probably the biggest grail for me, because a lot of the other, I'm not trying to sound like a narcissist. I don't gamble much, but I always bet on myself. That's what I like to say. So I don't want to sound like a narcissist, but I feel like the other Rolexes that I want, I could attain reasonably. Like a solid gold president, I feel like that's not unattainable. I could totally attain that. But like a 6062, that does seem kind of unattainable. I'm trying to think of another. You know what? Let's go with a double red Sea Dweller. That would be very cool to wear daily. A double red. Not a lot of people know. They probably would just think it's a Submariner, but you know. I mean, that'd be crazy. Isaiah says, "I saw some diesel watches at Macy's. Stupidly and hilariously huge. They look like comedic props." Jorgo says, "Go to the Daniel Wellington store at the Westfield Century City." No. I cringe when walking by that store. I didn't know that they opened up a Daniel Wellington at the Century City Mall. I haven't been to the Century City Mall in probably like a year. But I used to live in Westwood. So I used to go there all the time because it was like 5 minutes away. Willie S in all caps says, "Please, what kind of watch wears Tom Cruise in the movie War of the Worlds?" I don't know. Guys, help me out. What does Tom Cruise wear in War of the Worlds? Jason says, "War of the Worlds, Tom Cruise wore Omega Seamaster chronograph." Willie S. Boom. I actually never saw that one. Danny says, Jory, you going to get the Timex Q reissue? No. I might get one to review on the channel because I know that there's a demand for it, so I would like to take a look. But I'm not a Timex guy. And I think the hype, I mean, you saw I made an episode about it. Did you guys see my Friday watch rant from yesterday? Did you guys watch it? Did you guys watch it? Did you guys watch it? For 179, I understand it's limited. They didn't say it was limited, but it was limited. It was a limited release. For 179, a cool throwback watch. I get it, like a non-jeweled Seiko quartz movement. Probably not worth 179, but I get that because it's kind of a novelty. Sure, 179, but I wouldn't pay a penny more. And when I filmed that, nothing was on eBay yet. But I even said, the scalpers, the resellers are going to have a field day. I even said that. So by the time I uploaded the video, there were watches selling or listed at $650 for a non-jeweled Seiko quartz Timex with an acrylic crystal. Ugh. The funniest part? People wrote to me. They were upset that I was making fun of the Blue Alpinist and how I was like, "You betrayed us by getting the Blue Alpinist." They were doing exactly what I was making fun of them for doing. Whenever I mention that I own the Blue Alpinist, whenever I take a picture of it on Instagram, people are like, "Oh wow, so you hate limited editions, but you got a Blue Alpinist? Hypocrite." I'm like, yeah, I don't like the fact that I don't like limited editions, but there are some limited edition watches that I still want. I just don't like the fact that they're a limited edition. Man, people are so fragile nowadays. James Q says, Velcro valet guy turned his nose up at the Timex Q. Yeah. That fellow there, certified T3 bot. How do you like your your core diver, excuse me. I almost said ocean crawler, but that's their other model. No. The Ocean Crawler Navigator was the titanium one. You got the core diver from Ocean Crawler. 6Killer2121 says that Timex was nice, but not that price. Nice. Love Timex too. Valentine T says, where can I buy G-Shock? A lot of places. They probably, you can buy G-Shocks at like Target. I'm pretty sure. So department stores, like Walmart, Target, you can buy them at the mall. You can buy them at the Time Teller shop. 6Killer2121. My man says check out the Time Teller shop. Bruce Butterfield says, hi, Jory, rocking my new Phoebus Wave Master in blue. Any thoughts from Liverpool? Cool. I've reviewed a couple of Phoebus watches. I think they're cool, affordable watches. Yeah. James K says, looking for limited edition T3 Velcro wallets in the Time Teller shop soon. Amen. Milcom the moderator. This is why he's the highest ranking member. He just shared a link to the Time Teller shop. You can check out a bunch of G-Shocks there. Also have a bunch of watch straps that you guys always ask me about. The ones I personally wear are there, except Wrist Candy Watch Club. You're going to have to go to the Wrist Candy Watch Club website to get those. Enrique says, Seiko Marine Master, new version better than the older one? I don't think so. I think all Seiko Marine Masters are incredible. VY7478 says, hey, Jory, fan of the Tudor North Flag? Yes. Check out the episode. I made an episode, The Only Tudors Worth Buying. And that is one of the Tudors. I don't like a lot of Tudor watches. The Pelagos made the list, and so did the North Flag. Valentine says, whatever happened to you, Tuna 3000? Never had a Tuna 3000. I have a Tuna 300, and I wear it all the time. You got to follow me on Instagram, dude. I wear the Tuna all the time. People want another wristwatch check. Sorry, I got some cuts on my arm. Grip fighting, baby. You know about that life. Anthony says, I like tutors until you pointed out the snowflake hands. Yeah, I hate snowflake hands so much. Raul Gandhi says, beautiful watch, sir. Thank you so much. I don't like snowflake hands because I think they're just ugly and unappealing to my eye. I also think it's really stupid because it covers up like a ton of the dial, especially with Tudor's Black Bay chronograph when they put the snowflake hands and the snowflake hand covers up the subdials for like 30 minutes at a time. Like the snowflake hand is covering up the registers, so you can't even see what you're timing if you're actually using the main function of the watch, the chronograph complication, I should say. Oh, so frustrating. Joshua, where do you buy your watch straps? The Time Teller shop. I'm not kidding, actually. Depends what kind. I use Wrist Candy Watch Club is honestly the only like 2-piece nanos I wear nowadays. Again, because I have oddly sized wrists and they're the proper length for my wrist. Milcom with the Time Teller shop. You rock, Milcom. Milcom the moderator, dude. Love that guy. Valentin says, you lift weights. Do you ever take BCAA? Sometimes I do, but that's not going to make or break you, honestly. When I was younger, I had like different colored concoctions in my water jug every day. Stephen Hong. Nataku, the man with the peace sign. Dude, you guys rock. You channel members absolutely rock. Again, I'm sorry to have to always do this spiel. I make episodes every day for you guys. I could not do it as consistently without my channel members. Okay, it's $4 a month. It's essentially Patreon, but for YouTube. I'm pretty sure YouTube gets a cut. But some of the money comes to the channel, and it honestly helps me out so much, guys. I've had to buy new tripods. I've had to buy new lenses. Even buying products to review, I couldn't do it without my channel members. And now I don't know if you've noticed, but I have someone editing my thumbnails and I have someone editing my actual content. And those guys, you know, they got to eat and I got to pay them. And I couldn't do it without you guys. And another channel member, Steven. Dude, you guys rock. Thank you so much, Steven Elias. I hope I pronounced your name right. You guys absolutely rock. So, yeah, seriously, both my new members, Nataku, Steven, you guys have joined the T3 Army. You are now certified T3 bots. Again, $4 a month. And so, yeah, if you check out my videos page, we're trying to like get bigger and better. We're trying to update the content. We're trying to make it look great for you guys. So new thumbnail editor. I hope you guys enjoy that. Let me know what you guys think about that. Trying to make the thumbnails pop a little bit more. And video editor. And those guys rock. And I couldn't have those. I couldn't have those team members helping me out without you guys. So seriously, my channel members, my regulars, you guys freaking rock, and I love you. Marissa, certified T3 Vault. Also, my sister says, can we get one more like? And also, Marissa says, Milcom is making us look bad. Marissa says, one of us, one of us. You guys absolutely rock. Gobble, gobble. Polak says, can you do something with vintage Seiko watches? Can I do something? Can I make a video about it? I think I made a video. I made a few videos on everything you need to know about the Seiko 6139, and I showed off my beautiful silver dial speed timer, and that's a vintage Seiko. You should check that out for sure. Bruce Butterfield says, Jory, I put my Sarbo 6.5, beautiful watch, on a blue Perlon, and it looks great. Have I gone mad? No, you haven't gone mad. I'll tell you why. Connie bought me my Sarbo 6.5 years and years ago, before I was the time teller. I don't know if there ever was a before, but Connie bought me a Sarbo 6.5, and the reason I fell in love with that watch was because I was on Google Images looking at watches, and I saw someone wearing a watch with a blue pearl on, and it was a Sarbo 6.5 with a blue pearl on, and I said, wow, this watch is gorgeous. Connie was doing her watchful eye. She noticed that watch. She made a little list in her head. She got me that with a blue pearl on, and so the second I took it out the box, I wore it, and I was like, cool. Took the strap off, put it on a blue pearl on, and I loved it. I think that's a great combination. So you have not gone mad. That's exactly how I wore my Starbucks 6.5 for a very long time. Sheriff's department's here. They're going to be like, hey, I heard you guys making fun of Velcro wallets. That's like the public bus for Invicta wearers. Taking out the trash, taking out the Invictas. Fabian says, big up from Trinidad. T3, big fan. Well, I'm a big fan of Trinidad, so I hope all y'all over there having a great time in Trinidad. Thank you so much, Fabian. Invicta delivery service, exactly, dude. James K, certified T3 bot and moderator, says, now that summer is almost here, my NATO and Perlon straps are coming out. However, they seem dirty and a little smelly from last year. What's the best way to clean them? So, with NATO straps, you can actually soak them. And I've done it. Put a little bit of soap, a little bit of water, and you can actually soak them. With Perlons, I don't know, because I've never gotten my Perlons that dirty. And Perlons are kind of crispy in a way. Perlons are not very supple, right? So I don't know how well they'll take to soaking, but I say test one. But yeah, Steven's right. You just soak that baby in a little bit of Dawn, and you should be good. And I get my NATO straps filthy. Do you hate all Invictas or just the big faces? I'm gonna be honest. I haven't seen every Invicta in the world, but from what I've seen, it's pretty much every Invicta, man. Unfortunately. Milcom, with actually a very smart recommendation, he says you could probably stick your NATOs in a sock and throw them in a load of laundry. I'm going to tell you what else I've done, guys. Again, I don't know if this will work with Perlons because Perlons are a little different. You can put your NATOs. Okay, this is going to sound really weird, but hear me out. Okay, I've done this and it's worked. Strap your NATOs to the top rack of your dishwasher, okay, and run it on a light wash. I do this with my baseball caps too. My mom's been doing it for my baseball caps since I was a little kid coming back from baseball practice. You don't put dishes in there, but you put them on the top rack. You can strap your NATO straps to the top rack, put it on light load, and it'll honestly clean them. Like I've done that before too. So if you don't want to soak them, you want something like boom boom, do a light load, yeah, that's sounds weird, but it works. Statsco says hello, guys. Tell me if anybody's done that with your baseball caps and stuff. James K says, I'm going to try the dishwasher. I'm telling you, dude, it works. I'm telling you. Chi-Town, California key. Clean the Velcro wallets that way too. I don't know. I've tried it, but the Cheeto residue just never comes off. Cameron Blackwell with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. I ski a little. Decide on the 36 millimeter Explorer. Oh man, I'm still so much on the fence about that. I don't know. I don't know yet. I want you guys to help me. Excuse me. I just came back from the barber shop, so I got little hairs. Cheeto residue and Surge. Oh man, I haven't heard about Surge in a very long time. Full send. I ski a little. You're right. Isaiah, would you purchase a Renaissance or a Essence watch? I don't know them. Teach me. I don't know them. TOPF 36 millimeter Explorer JLC Reverso. Dude, those are two of the most different watches I could think of. And that's kind of mean because pitting anything up against a Reverso, even a Rolex, pitting up anything against a Reverso, I'm going to say Reverso. That's so mean. You guys know that I want a Reverso so badly. Reverso prices are so high. Makes me mad because the one I want specifically is incredibly expensive. So it's like, yeah, the Tribute 1931. That's so mean of you to tease me. Willie S. In time of Vietnam War, wristwatches was just 34 millimeters. Why are nowadays watches so big? I hate big, heavy watches. Well, I don't like big watches either, predominantly, right? I still wear a Mudmaster. I still wear a Tuna. So there are exceptions to the rule. But for everyday wear, I typically like smaller watches. I'm not sure where bigger and better came from, but cars have gone that way as well. Everything's gone that way. So, yeah, it's just the way of the world. Watches are not as elegant nowadays. Watches are not as wearable nowadays. They've become much more of a fashion statement. Like they're blingy and gross. I love watches, but that shouldn't be the only thing people notice about you. James K blames Velcro wallets. I tend to agree with you, James. John Smith, anyone seen the new watch from MVMT, BWL MVMT? It's the bleep. I have not. No. You're banned for mentioning MVMT. Valentin, what about the shoe game? You like Jordans? I'm not a huge Jordan guy, man. I mean, look at me. I'm not a huge sneakerhead. So, I mean, let's see what I'm wearing today. Oops. It says rotating this device. Oh yeah, my beaters are also my heaters. Check it out, guys. I'm a simple man, guys. Okay, you can roast me all you want. I actually just realized that I'm doubling up on polo. Hey. Dan McCaslin's certified see-through bra says, do you ever match shoelaces and watch straps? The reason I'm laughing about that is because that's like so much, that would be so much effort for me, dude. I don't. Like I'm chuckling at that out of like anxiety. There's no way I could pay attention to that. Your shoelaces and your wash straps. Wow. Yeah, that's a little bit much for me, man. TOPF, have you seen the Black Bay 58 in person? What's your opinion? I don't like Black Bays. I've seen almost every Black Bay in person. I haven't seen one that I like. I'm sorry. Steven Elias, brand new certified T3 bot, says, once they became jewelry and not tools, I think it was just a matter of time. Pun intended. Clever, but I agree with you. Thomas Burnett says, IWC Portuguese is a beautiful watch. Yes, the Portuguese is beautiful. I agree. James K, certified T3 bot, says, Jory's thinking about matching them. Yeah, oh my gosh. Actually, I am wearing brown and brown laces. I matched my glasses with my shoelaces. I almost said shoe straps. Shoelaces. Isaiah Rivas says, I match my underwear to my watch strap. I hope your underwear isn't brown, dude. I don't know. All right, this live stream has devolved. I'm so sorry. Chi-Town, California, certified teeth rot. Everything pairs well with the beard. I agree, brother. Thank you. Rick Green, certified teeth robot, says, to make it worse, the Invicta store salesman said, then you'll have one for every day of the week. Switch my girlfriend said there are 6 days in a week. Invicta's gross. I Ski a Little says, shake my head, no Velcro shoe straps. Yo, when I was little in the 90s, I had Velcro shoes that had that like gel in it. Oh, I wish I remembered the name. It had like different colored gel that you could like push and like play with. Do you guys remember that? Freedom Van says, why did I not get notified? Word up, Jory. Well, thanks for joining us, man. Again, YouTube's very hit or miss with when they tell my subscribers, like when I upload. Here's what's very frustrating, guys. I'm going to get very serious. I have people writing to me on Instagram and emailing me even, asking me why I haven't uploaded that week. They'll be like, hey, Time Teller, you okay? You taking a break? Why haven't you uploaded? And I'm like, what? And it ends up that YouTube just sometimes doesn't put my stuff on the explore page for my subscribers. So very, very weird. And some videos that I think will do very well, it takes like days for them to pass 10,000 views, which is very odd for me. And it ends up that it's because YouTube like doesn't notify. Like I literally daily get people telling me sometimes that YouTube, like they haven't seen a video from me pop up on their feed in a very long time. In fact, someone this morning commented on one of my videos like, wow, I feel like I just rejoined this channel, like the Time Teller channel, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what? So yeah, YouTube, kind of hit or miss, but whatever. Nataku certified, brand new certified T3 robot says, gotta hit the bell. Amen. Stephen Elias, certified T3 robot says, Invicta over movement if I had to. Invicta uses Seiko movements often. Yeah, and I mean, at least you can say that in, oh my God, I almost gagged. I'm gonna be able to say it. At least you can say some of Invicta's designs are very original because they are hideous. Obviously not the Pro Diver, that's a blatant ripoff. But like these really ugly ones, at least you can say that Invicta designed it themselves. Movement just rips everybody off. Oh my God, the Movement came out with the Movement Odyssey. What a joke. Google Movement Odyssey and tell me what watch that looks like. It's the Nautilus. Can you even believe the name? They have the Movement Mariner, which is a Submariner homage, and then they have the Movement Odyssey, which is the Nautilus homage. It's just so frustrating. Gustav, Seiko or Certina? I love both those companies, but Seiko. Chi-Town, California, certified T3 bot says, Jory, what's your favorite version of the Zenith El Primero? There's a lot of really cool iterations of the El Primero. Can I tell you one of my favorite watches that has an El Primero in it? Man. You know what? The current Open Heart is really cool, actually. Nataku certified T3 bot says, let's get some likes, boys and girls. Bubba B says, bowel movement. Oh my God, you guys rock. Okay, where are we with the coffee? We're about halfway. Miles, Milgauss or Bitcoin? Milgauss. A million times Milgauss. Dan McCaslin, certified T3 bot says, movement or Bape? Video on Bape was dope. Thank you. Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna say Bape, but you don't buy one of their watches. You buy one of their like shirts or something. Circumvented that question. Khalid says, titanium watch is worth buying? It depends. It depends. When I first held a titanium watch, I was pretty amazed at like how solid but how light it felt at the same time. But it's not that important of a quality to me, if that makes sense. Like I after having a few titanium watches now, I don't think that I would seek out a titanium watch for for it being titanium, if that makes sense. But I say play with some and see how you like it, because it is pretty amazing. Green Spends, I missed the stripper pole too. Mr. Russell, I missed the stripper pole. Steve Alice, why are you doing this to him? I know, picking these hypotheticals are killing me, guys. Chi-Town, California, if you have a nickel allergy, then titanium is a good option. Chi-Town, California, I have a nickel allergy. And as long as you have true stainless, pure, like a very pure form of stainless, you won't break out. I do have a nickel allergy, so I can't wear like poor quality metals. Fabian says, saw the Movado video thumbnail, almost shat myself. T3, good content, by the way. Vintage Movados are sweet. Well, thank you, Fabian, from Trinidad. I remember from Trinidad. Fabian's from Trinidad. Yeah, I have a thumbnail editor now. A new person joined the team. I hope you guys notice, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm just trying to make the content more snappy and appealing to you guys. It's not enough nickel to bother me. But you can, I don't know if Marissa is still in the stream, but she grew up with me because she's my freaking sister. She can tell you, if I put any nickel, like anything, even like buckles on belts, it would give me the worst rash. Do you think Orient will ever release a new SK at some point? Maybe. They just released their newest oh my god, I forgot the name of it. They released a new diver, kind of burgundy bezel diver with a 3 o'clock crown, and it is beautiful. And I think they're going to push that more than, you know, releasing anything new. James K, certified T3 bot and moderator, says, Milcom, where's Marissa? Milcom says, I'm not telling you. Helgato19 says, sup? Raymond Wild. I'm not a huge fan of them. I don't know anything wrong with them, but they seem to be more on the fashion-y end, and that's fine. I mean, it's not for me. Just discussing marshmallows, man. This is a marshmallow channel, bro. We just talking marshmallows. Adrian, are you still gonna get an Orient Triton? Yeah, I will. I think I will. If anything, just to see what it's like, because everyone gushes about that watch. They're like, "Oh, you need a Triton T3. You need a Triton." Calluses, baby. Check out those calluses. Woo! I need a Triton. Reading comments. Greg Estrada says, "Love your channel." Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Nataku, certified T3 bot. This is gonna upset you. I never watched Game of Thrones. I've never even seen an episode. And I'm not one of the people that brags about it. Like, I don't watch that show. I never watched that show. But if you ask me, I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I never watched it. Freedom Vance is strapping on the G-Shock for some yard work today. Heck yeah. Chi-Town, California. Jory, what do you think about the new Chris Ward Pepsi GMT? I'm sick of Pepsis. I'm sick of Pepsi. Chris Ward's been pushing out some really great watches. I am sick of Pepsis. Matthias says, you should, really, your kind of humor. Game of Thrones has my kind of humor? Glycine ruined Pepsi for me. Well, Fabian, Glycine just released a Tudor homage. So, Burger Slayer. Unless it's a Rolex Pepsi, know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? William J says, hello all. Had yard work here on the East Coast, missed the wash check. I'll do another one. Why not? Oh, dang. Hi. Raw mobs. Bonjour. Comment allez-vous? Yeah, guys, I gotta get a Zen for the channel. That's gonna be coming up. I'm gonna do a Zen review. Nataku certified T3 bot. No, it's a 34 mil date, and it's not new. This is the first Rolex I ever owned. This is probably from around 1967. 1967 date 1500, baby. Dima, so how long until the GMT? So how long until the GMT fad dies out? I mean, it is getting really overplayed nowadays. Yeah, it definitely is getting overplayed. Not so much GMT, the complication, it's Pepsi. So if you recall, the end of 2018 was bronze. Bronze, 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 bronze. Everything was bronze divers. Probably all of 2018. We'll say that that was the fad of like the bronze watch, right? Everyone needed a bronze watch. Right now, 2019, Pepsi. And it seems like it's actually really funny. It seems like ever since Baselworld 2018, like it just kicked off. Like now it's like Pepsi ever since now. So I'm sick of it. You're sick of it. We all agree. Greg Estrada, was that the first watch you ever owned? No, it's the first Rolex that I ever got. It's not the first watch. First watch I ever owned, like my dad gave me some swatches growing up in the 90s. But then the first automatic watch I ever owned was a Hamilton LL Bean dial field watch. It was 9721. And it was actually the RAF limited edition. And I still own it. I still own it. That's the first automatic watch I ever owned. I also had a Baby G that my dad got me in Manhattan when we went to go visit when I was little. Freedom Van Jory, when are you going to get a puppy to keep the kitties company? I would absolutely. I am a dog person. Okay, I'm an animal. I love dogs and cats now, but I've been a dog person my whole life. When I grew up in New England, I always owned dogs. Wasn't much of a cat person until my dog passed away after owning him for 14 years, and then I got a kitty, and it totally opened my eyes to cats. And so I kind of like the freedom that my cats are very affectionate and I coddle them, but I kind of like the ability to leave, come and go as I please because they're very independent also. And also I work a lot. I'm also doing stuff all the time, and I don't think it would be fair to a dog to with my life as it is right now, if that makes sense. I don't think it'd be fair to a dog. Milcom moderator with the Time Teller Shop link. Thank you so much, brother. Best place to buy a Rolex Explorer besides T3 store. It depends which Rolex Explorer, but maybe check out Chrono 24 and pick out a good seller. Someone, I wouldn't do private sales. I would look for a shop that's selling them there. Chi-Town, California certified T3 bot says, thank you for being considerate, Jory. So many people in California leave their dogs out all day to bark incessantly. Well, it's not that it's annoying that the dogs are barking. I think it's mean to the dogs. They're not getting any stimulation and they're being left alone. Rick Green, don't ever talk about my sister like that. I'm just kidding. Yeah, she is. Freedom Van, is it too early to switch from coffee to cocktails? You don't know what's in this Vietnamese coffee. Could be a little something, something. Woo! Hey, man, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Blue Ram, Chrono 24 prices seem high to me. Is it just me? What am I missing? Well, you got to shop around. You got to be patient, right? Thomas Burnett and Vacheron are amazing. I love the Historiques Americans 1921. Vacheron is the best watch out of the Holy Trinity, in my opinion. Peter, Jory, your Rolex lug width 16 or 18? It is 19. 19 millimeter lugs. Justin, how can you tell how much a watch is to get serviced? You got to talk to who you're taking it to, because it differs, and I can't give you one price because that you got to find out who's doing the service first. Dream, what breed of dog did you have? So the dog that I had for 14 years most recently was a poodle, a black poodle, and his name was Hershey, and he was the freaking man. Bill McDowell, do you like Tissot watches? I just did a review on my Tissot Visodate C-Star. Visodate C-Star. It's not a Visodate and it's not a C-Star. It's a Visodate C-Star from the 1960s. PR516. I just did a review on it. Stay tuned for Monday. I ski a little. Will my SKX get magnetized going through airport security? Probably not. You'll probably be okay. Austin Foss, what's your opinion on Carl F. Bucher? You got to watch more of my channel because I reviewed my Carl F. Bucher Monero Date, the John Wick watch. That's right. Well, it's not mine. I got it for my dad, but I took it back to do a review. I got my dad the John Wick watch because John Wick is his favorite movie. Carl F. Bucher Monero Date. Nick Turnka, good afternoon. Great to see you, Jory. Have a good one, brother. Senpai, Dan Henry. I do not like Dan Henry. I will not recommend Dan Henry. I do not like Dan Henry watches. John Wick. Pew, pew. I love John Wick, man. Greg Estrada, what's your opinion on vintage watches? I'm wearing a 1500 from 1967. I just told you I reviewed my Tissot Visodate C-Star PR516 from the 1960s. I'm a vintage collector for the most part. You must be new here. Watch more of my episodes, please. Have you looked at Weiss watches from LA? Not in person. Yeah, but Dima, it's not only that he's the modern day James Bond, it's that he's like American too. So it's like even cooler. Miles with a great question. What's the oldest watch you presently own? So I believe, okay, initially it was my Rolex Bubbleback 2940, okay, from circa 1940, right? Then my family randomly found my great grandfather's watch, and it's an Elgin from even before that, and I had to get it serviced and repaired because the movement was seized up, and that took like 6 months, like over 6 months, to even try to source the parts for that. And it runs and it keeps time, but it is so fragile that I don't wear it. But it's so important to me because it's my great grandfather's watch that I keep it. So that was my great grandfather from Chicago. Yes, he was. He was born in Lithuania, and then stuff started going down. He came here. He went he came to the U.S. He went to medical school, and then World War II broke out, so he joined the Navy. After being a doctor, he joined the Navy to go fight some Nazis. And that's why he's the biggest badass that I know of. So, born in Eastern Europe, came to the U.S., went to medical school. World War II happened, joined the military, fought the Nazis. Amen. And I have his watch. I wish I got to meet the guy, though. I never got to meet him, which is a bummer. And yes, he's from Chicago. Greg says cool family history. Chi-Town says legend. What Milcom? What was his question? Because I can't see a timestamp. What was his question? Oh man, Nataku certified T3 bot. In-N-Out versus Shake Shack. So Connie is obsessed with Shake Shack. I am more of an In-N-Out guy. So, but if Connie's watching this, I'll say Shake Shack. But because I don't think she's watching this, In-N-Out. Austin Lynn, best friend, says In-N-Out. In-N-Out. Senpai says, why don't you recommend Dan Henry? Have you had issues with one? No, I think that they are boring because they're just biting off old vintage designs. So, yeah, I would not recommend Dan Henry ever. By the way, he sounds like a hero. Miles says, what a hero. Yeah, my great-grandpa was a badass. He was a super badass. By the way, I don't know if you remember. Do you remember my episode, The Mystery of Movado? You know that character that I have on the channel, Special Agent Harder? It's because his last name was Harder. And so I used him as my inspiration for my character. Check out Mystery of Movado. Freedom Van Jory, I know you like Texas, but be warned, there's no public land out here to off-road. It's a bummer. Yeah. It's all good. I'll just keep going to Utah. Mr. Russell says, how do I become a T3 bot? Again, I think there is a way to do it mobile, but what you do is you can go to my any of my videos. There should be a join button. You click join, and I believe it's $4 a month. And it's like YouTube's Patreon, and you support the channel. And I couldn't make any of this content as consistently as I do without you guys. John Free says, God bless your grandfather, your great grandfather. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. Certified T3 bot, John Free. Okay, Milcom the moderator has the question. Want to buy a watch for my father in law for his 70 years. I want to engrave, but for 1,000 to 2,000 euros. Any thoughts? It's a really cool gift, by the way. You know what? For 2,000 euros, you could probably and it'd have to have a solid case back. Would you be okay going vintage? Let me know. If you're okay going vintage, then you have a lot of options. Antonio says yes. Okay. Stoa will engrave, I believe. But the company doesn't have to do it themselves because you can take it to people. You can take another watch to someone to have it engraved. But Stoa, I think, will do it from the factory. So there's an option there. They have some really cool watches. Maybe check out Stoa and don't get their optional display case backs. Get a solid case back and have it engraved. Okay. Okay with vintage was looking for one from his year 1949. Okay, so here's what I would do from 1949. I would find a vintage Hamilton. Okay? Get a vintage Hamilton. And it's going to be soft metal. You can find them in gold. And for 2,000 euros, you can absolutely find one. Get a very, very nice, immaculate, solid gold American-made Hamilton, and get that bad boy engraved. Nick, you design an undone? Yeah, I did. Last year, I made an episode about getting my dad an undone and designing one with him for his birthday last year. Check out that video. Jason, hi, George. Do you have any advice checking authenticity of vintage watches? It depends greatly on each watch, right? Depends greatly on each company. So I can't tell you one rule that's going to work for every company. For instance, companies like Rolex, companies like Omega, who released thousands of reference numbers from 1950 to 19, Omega has released so many different reference numbers from so many different models from 1950 to now that there's nuances in each category. You need to do the research on each specific watch. So if you're looking at, for instance, Omega Cosmic from 1970, you need to look at that specific reference number, learn as much as you can about that, and then go and try to find one so you can see all the different variants. So you need to do your homework before you even go to buy a watch, because there's so many different variables. Watch zealots here. T3, what's the best value watch under $1,000 considering everything? Brand, complications, durability, and resale value. Okay, so here's what I would say, watch zealot, because you asked me this on Instagram and I told you to ask it to me here. And I made a video about this, and sorry, my hair is falling. My toupee is falling. Milcom, we're not ignoring Zealot. He's been good, so we're gonna give him a pass today. Okay. People got upset with me for saying what I had to say in an episode, and I'm gonna make another episode talking about this. Most watches under $1,000 don't have great resale value. All right, that's the way of the world. That's unfortunate, but it's true. So people always ask me, what's a great watch to invest in that I can sit on for a good long time and make my money back? And I'm like, okay, well, how much money, like, what's your budget? And they're like, under 1,000. Doesn't work that way, guys. Especially with investing, it takes money to make money, right? Making money on investments, you got to put a lot of capital up front. So watches that have incredible resale values that are incredible investments, you're going to be spending probably definitely over 1,000, probably over 5,000. That's not my opinion. That's just that's just the market. So, but what I would tell you is Seikos don't have incredible resale value because most of them are under $1,000. So you're not going to buy that Seiko and then be able to flip it for more unless it's a highly desirable and like one of these limited releases that's very annoying, right? So, for under 1,000, best build quality, interesting complications, good resale value, durability, design. This is gonna upset you. I would have to say something like a Blue Alpinist. I know. That's gonna upset so many people, but that's the only thing I can think of that fits certain criteria that you've put out. It's incredibly durable. It's got a date complication, internal rotating bezel, 200-meter water resistance rating, threaded crown. And then when you get into desirability and resale value, and technically the watch was released under $1,000, that's the one watch you could get and you could flip for that criteria. So I'm going to say the Blue Alpinist, the SPB 089. SPB 089. Yeah, I know, guys. Milcom the moderator. This just in. Time Teller loves limited editions. Dislike this video below. So yeah. Steven Elias, certified T3 boss, says savage. Oh, Michael Romero said blue alpinist. Yeah, you're right, man. Omax says, Jory, do you have rectangular glasses? I used to. I used to wear rectangular glasses. Now I am more of a fan of this. I don't know. Connie dresses me. Okay, so Otaku certified T3 vote. What does Connie do during your live streams? She's probably asleep. Antonio, what do you think about Green Alpinist, and do you think about its future? I think it's a beautiful watch. I think it's the watch that I think of when I hear Alpinist. I think it's an icon for sure. Love it or hate it, everyone knows about it. If you know about Seiko's, that's a watch people know about. I think there was a lot of them made. I think there was a ton of them made. So I don't think that's going to skyrocket in price, because again, people when they were discontinued, people were buying them up, panic buying, thinking that they would sit on them for investments. Little did they know that the Sarbo 33 and the Sarbo 35 and the Sarbo 17, they were made in ridiculous numbers. There's a huge inventory of them. So until that dries up, which I don't think it will, um, it's I don't think that it's going to skyrocket in price in the near future. But I love the watch. That's not taking away from the quality of the watch. Nataku certified T3 bot says, best pizza spot near you. Okay, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with Los Angeles, but there's a little area in Los Angeles known as Larchmont, and it's essentially a street. And it's a street with some nice little cafes and shops on it. Larchmont Village Pizza. Not affiliated with them. Although I honestly, if they wanted to sponsor my channel, heck yeah, I would take it. Larchmont Village Pizza. Taku's trying to triangulate where I am. He's like, Larchmont Village, enhance, enhance, enhance. We got him, boys. Time to get this bread. What's your favorite TV show? One Punch Man. Ricardo, you look like an egg with this hair. Take that as a compliment. Eggs are a great source of protein, and they're one of my favorite foods. I ski a little Sarbo 33 or Sarbo 35. I mean, it comes down to black or white dial. I'll probably go with black dial, though. Yeah. For Green Certified T3 Bot says, my great grandfather was a bootlegger and moonshiner. God bless America. Rum runners, baby. Katsaku Certified T3 Bot. What other anime you like? DBZ? Yeah, I grew up with that. I love Dragon Ball Z. Hated Dragon Ball GT. Stopped watching it after I realized it was crap. Fairy Tail is okay. It's pretty mainstream. It's fun. My favorite movie is Akira, though. Let's see. Obviously, grew up watching Hellsing, some of the darker stuff. Ghost in the Shell, the movie, is great. The shows weren't that great. Yeah. That's go. Pineapple pizza. Eat cake. Eat a cake that's not a pizza. I don't like pineapple on my pizza, man. Cowboy Bebop's dope. Okay, so the manga came out before Cowboy Bebop, and this is really old. I don't know if you know about this, but I'm sure a lot of you will. Outlaw Star. Do you guys remember Outlaw Star? That's one of my favorite animes. Check out Outlaw Star. So yeah, that's one of my favorite animes, and it's very Melfina, and it's very Cowboy Bebop-esque, but it technically came out just before Cowboy Bebop. So yeah, Outlaw Star was one of my favorite animes of all time. Great show. Also, I'm actually a huge fan of all the Tenchi Muyo. Yeah, it was on Toonami back in the early 2000s. I love all the Tenchi Muyo stuff. Ninja Scroll. I didn't want to say it, Burger Slayer. I didn't want to say Ninja Scroll because there's some very mature scenes in that. I rented the cassette of Ninja Scroll. It's got to be like maybe in the 90s or something. And it was, I mean, Ninja Scroll sounded cool. Rented it with my parents when I was little. And they're like one of the first scenes is a very, very adult scene. And I was like, this isn't Pokemon. And I'm not talking about the show. The TV show Ninja Scroll, which technically was related to it, it was really bad and stupid. But the anime movie Ninja Scroll was incredible. If you can get past those very uncomfortable adult scenes. That's not one that I would watch with any kids. But it's there's a couple scenes in there that I was like, whoa, I don't know what this is. What is this? Yeah, so, but incredible. I actually own the VHS of Ninja Scroll. How funny is that? I actually own it. I didn't want to say it. That's so funny when people ask me my favorite anime. I wanted to say that, but I didn't know. I didn't want to say it because there are some scenes in that that's like, whoa, no, it's mature. Do you play an instrument? Yes. Played drums for most of my life. Malcolm says, I remember that scene. Burger Slayer says, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Haha. Did you watch Breaking Bad? I watched the first few seasons, and then I just kind of fell off because I got really busy. Ninja Scroll was a sexual awakening. Yeah, dude, my toupee, it's on today for some reason. It's, you know, looks good today. Velcro, I didn't see Velcro Valet today. John Free, favorite drummer, honestly, Gene Krupa, because I'm a fan of Benny Goodman. Obviously, Benny Goodman, come on. Sing, 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 baby. Gene Krupa. Not a huge, I like Led Zeppelin, but I'm not like a huge Zeppelin addict. So John Bonham's great, but I'm not going to say like, whoa. Yeah, I don't, I never watched Game of Thrones. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, Buddy Rich, dude. You ever see those drum battles between Buddy Rich and Gene Krupa? Crazy stuff. And Ringo Starr is the worst. Paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Blue Lagoon turtle or samurai? I'm not a big fan of the samurai. I like turtles. So I like turtles. Chi-Town, California. Did you ever do the double kick? Yeah, dude. Do you know the type of music I listen to? It was all just grind and metal. Yeah. You're gonna. I went to school for music performance and then music business, and that's what kind of got me into business. I did music for music was actually a huge part of my life for a very long time. Unfortunately, I don't have much time right now to play. Benny Goodman, man, I'm telling you, he does rock. Do I like Eminem? No. Wu Tang from the slums of Shaolin. Wu Tang's one of the best rap groups ever. Don't write to me. Um, Anthony super chat says, "Found my glasses behind my bed. Bought DW 5600." Hey man, it's funny how life works, right? Almost done here, guys. That's perfect, dude. Congrats on finding your glasses. Wu-Tang Financial, you gotta diversify. Diversify your bonds. Remember that? I'm not a big tribe guy. Yeah, Nick, that's the best part, dude. And it's something you can enjoy all day long. Like I love just there's like so many facets of wristwatches. It's crazy. Coke or Pepsi? Coke. I told you I'm sick of Pepsi, man. I'm sick of Pepsi. Never got into Nine Inch Nails, milk 'em. Richard says, thinking of a tuna, can't figure out which to get, auto or quartz. Depends which one you want. I mean, it depends which actual reference we're talking about. My phone's dying. It just told me I was dying. I would get the 7C46. I used to have a mohawk, Dima. And I actually, when I met Connie, I had a mullet. Started off as a joke with some of my gym buddies. I like shaved a mullet and it was really long in the back. And it was kind of like ironic at first, but then ended up being really cool. So I kept it. Other people's Pateks. Oh my God, my Orient Ray just broke. The pin failed. Been there, dude. I had a spring bar failure on my 2940. My Rolex 2940 from 1940. So I can feel your pain. That happened to me. Wristwatch equivalent of a mullet. Probably some Invicta. Definitely an Invicta. I'll try to find a picture. I freaking loved that thing. Yeah. Casio data bank. I loved having a mullet, man. I'll bring it back. Stephen Elias with the best answer. It is the Blanc Ponderotica Automata. Looks like a dress wash, then you flip it over. Woo! Ninja scroll. Cool mullet, oxymoron. I don't think so, man. It's all a confidence thing, dude. If you're not confident enough to rock a mullet, I mean, if you're not confident to period, then you're not going to look good with whatever haircut you have. Someone came in the chat today and said I look like an egg. I don't. Do you think that bothers me? No, that doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me. No, but what I'm saying is, like, if you're not confident, period, then like, it doesn't matter what haircut you have, you're not going to look good at it. Oop, my toupee is falling off in the wind. Oh, now my earbuds are dying. Nitaku certified see-through bot says Jory oozes confidence. Remember the Bapex? The Bapex caption from the video on Bape? It said, "This watch exudes elegant." I'm like, oh, why would you use the word exudes? It's just like what? Fabian says a strong egg. Yeah, I'm like over easy. Egg gains. I love eggs, dude. It's a compliment. Did you go to South Pass High School? No, I didn't, Chen, because I was born in Santa Monica, but I grew up in New England. So I went to high school and all my education back in New Hampshire. New Hampshire. That's where I grew up. So did not go. Although I would have loved to go to school out here also. It's beautiful. It takes chutzpah. Hard boiled, baby. Nick Turka says, you are awesome. So many interests, watches, cars, music. The F word that I can't say because YouTube and movies. It's true, man. It's true. But guys, I'm out of coffee. I'm sorry, guys. New England is beautiful. I absolutely love New England. New England's New Hampshire in autumn is one of the most beautiful places on earth. And yeah, but guys, I gotta go. I'm done with my coffee, and unfortunately, my phone is yelling at me, keeps having pop-ups saying it's dying. My earbuds are dying, and I just want to say thank you for joining me on this beautiful Saturday. I hope that you have an amazing weekend, guys. Whatever day it is, enjoy yourself. And yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. I look forward to this all week long. Honestly, all week long. Stay tuned for Monday, Tissot vintage Tissot review, and I got some big news coming up in the near future. I'm very excited. Don't worry, I'm not going to some other network or anything. Don't worry. It's something just about the T3 channel. Have some really cool stuff for you guys. So, yeah, super excited. Big things coming up for us here, and yeah, I'm getting a movement MVMT sponsorship. No, don't worry. Everything we're good. But remember, guys, get out of your comfort zone. Um, it's everything that you want is probably right outside that comfort zone because I'm telling you, like sitting outside and yelling to an iPhone was very uncomfortable. Putting myself out there and filming content just to have people, bash me online. There's full Reddit threads about how I'm apparently the worst person on earth. You can go Google it. It's really funny. But that was initially uncomfortable, right? But look how many awesome people I get to hang out with all week, and then on Saturday, it is well worth it. I'm telling you. Talking to Connie for the first time, I was nervous, but look, we've been together for a while, and that was well worth it. I'm telling you, you got to get out of your comfort zone, guys. Do it. One thing every day that gets your heart going and gets you a little uncomfortable. Do that. Okay. Number one, get out of your comfort zone. I'm telling you, please. Number two, tell someone you love them because you shouldn't go a moment without telling someone you love them. And I'm going to start it off. I love you guys, each and every one of you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching my content. It means the world to me, and you make this all well worth it. So I love each and every one of you guys. Enjoy your weekend. Have a blessed weekend. For all the Americans out there, enjoy your Memorial Day. Remember why we have this long weekend. And yeah, thank you to everyone serving. Thank you to everyone who has served. Thank you to the ones that we've lost. Thank you to the people who have family members that have served. And yeah, so everyone stay blessed, stay safe, and enjoy your weekend. God bless America. God bless all you guys. I love you. I'm